friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Erica. Please be sure to subscribe if you aren't already. As you can tell, today I'm filming in the great outdoors because it is such a beautiful spring day. It makes me so happy. The sun is out, it's warm, the birds are chirping. I'm just so happy. For today's video, I just wanted to have a candid conversation with you guys on the topic of self-love. I don't really have any kind of structure for this video. I'm just kind of gonna talk, and whatever tangents I end up on, well, that's what we'll be talking about. Obviously, we just had Valentine's Day, and I feel like that is a time where everyone's all about love, 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 even though we should always be about that. However, this was the first time in 23 years that I was actually able to celebrate Valentine's Day with a significant other, so that was cool. But I mean, ultimately, Valentine's Day is just another day, and we should always be giving that love and sharing love with others, not just our significant others, but our families, friends, and most importantly, ourselves. I just thought it'd be a good idea to chat about self-love today, so I hope you all enjoy this, and without further ado, let's just get into it. I do want to say I've made several other videos about this topic on my channels that I have. I'm going to link a playlist of videos all about self-love and kind of my journey with it down below in case you guys want to go check those out. Today I mainly want to talk about how important self-love is and how much it has transformed my life since I've been practicing it on a daily basis. And I also want to say that self-love is an ongoing journey. You know, it never ever stops. You never finish. I feel like every single day you just learn to love yourself more and more and on a deeper level. I feel like the deeper your self-love is, the stronger your connection is with the world around you. When I started practicing self-love, you know, it felt really foreign to me, and I just didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know that it was actually going to be effective, that I was actually going to shift as a person, but I did. I would say that if you're in a place right now where you feel like you don't love yourself and you have a lot of insecurities, I would suggest starting with reading books. Reading books is one of the things that has expanded my mind. I talk about books all the time on my channel, but like seriously guys, I would not be the person that I am today without the books that I've read. I actually brought two books out here today to share with you all. They're a great starting point. They're super simple. The first one I have is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. He also wrote The Four Agreements, which you probably all know how much I love. This book is all about relationships, and most importantly, the relationship that we have with ourselves and how it affects every other relationship that we will ever have in our lives. This book is a great starting point. I am going to read a little bit from it in a second. The next book I want to share with you guys is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Gosh, she is just brilliant. We don't realize how much a lack of self-love can affect us, you know, not only mentally but physically as well. I think something that I've realized is that when I'm in a state of self-love and acceptance for myself, I feel like I can give so much more love to others and just to the world around me. Really, I feel so much better, like I'm in a better mood. I feel energized, I feel grateful, I feel genuinely happy and joyful. Thinking back to my early middle school days when I really did not love myself, like I went through the whole self-sabotage thing, and I would look at myself in the mirror and cry because I didn't like what I looked like, you know, like all the comparison that I put myself through. I think back to those days and I remember feeling so low. I felt so empty and sad, and it was all just because I could not accept myself the way I was, you know? And I wish I would have been taught from a young age that I'm perfectly fine as I am. There is nothing wrong with me. I don't have to look a certain way to be cool or accepted or popular, but I feel like that's just kind of what the middle school, high school environment, you know, makes you believe. When you love yourself, you just feel so much better and you are just vibrating at a way higher frequency. You are able to attract so much more good into your life. When I started practicing self-love, I started to see so much positive change in my life. Overall, practicing self-love has just shifted my life immensely and my perspective on the world. And like I said, like, I'm still on this ongoing journey, so it's never going to plateau for me. Like, I always want to learn more. I always want to find new ways to show myself love and appreciation, because I know that, like, I am an extension of source energy and I am a creation from the creator, and that is enough. Like, alone, you know, like, I'm here, I'm alive. That alone is so much to be grateful for. It's crazy because when I really started to accept myself just as I was and be totally okay with being like single and, you know, just doing me on my own routine, that is when the universe brought my now boyfriend into my life, you know? The universe was like, okay, like, you're ready now. You're totally complete on your own. I'm going to bring you someone who is also complete on their own, and you guys are going to come together and make a great team. I feel really grateful to say that, like, in my relationship, I feel like I'm a complete human being and then my boyfriend's a complete human being. We don't necessarily need each other to survive, you know, because, like, I feel like growing up I always felt like I needed a person to complete me. I needed my other half, but that's not true. Like, nobody can complete you. Like, you are whole on your own, and that is what practicing self-love has really taught me. It's that, like, I am okay. I can be alone no matter what. I want to read a little portion of this book. This part of the book talks about emanating love. Love coming out of you is the only way to be happy. Unconditional love for yourself. Complete surrender to that love for yourself. You no longer resist life. You no longer reject yourself. You no longer carry all the blame and guilt. You just accept who you are and accept everyone else the way he or she is. You have the right to love, to smile, to be happy, to share your love, and to not be afraid to receive it also. That's powerful. I really like how at the end of that paragraph he brings up that we have to be willing to accept love as much as giving it. I feel like I always bring up this quote when I talk about the topic of self-love, but that's because it just resonates so much with me, and I think it really, like, connected a lot of the dots for me back when I was, you know, learning about this. That quote is, we accept the love we think we deserve. We are only going to accept as much love as we think that we are worthy of, but we have to know that we are worthy of unconditional love. Love without conditions, like, just all the love in the world we are worthy of receiving, and we have to be open to receiving that, you know, because if we're constantly giving but not accepting any love from others, we're cutting ourselves off from so much loving energy that we could be taking in. And if we aren't willing to receive it, we're never gonna get to experience that amazing, joyful feeling that you feel when you're just, like, surrounded by love and when you surrender to love. Believing in yourself and in your worth is so freaking key. It is the key to, you know, attracting the right opportunities into your life, the right people into your life, and to just ultimately growing into the highest version of yourself. It's crazy because I think the simplest thing you can do, and the practice that helped me the most in the beginning, was just looking in the mirror at myself in the reflection and literally saying, I love you. And yeah, it was weird at first, but boy am I glad that I did it. Every time you look in a mirror, instead of, like, pointing out, like, what you don't like about yourself or, like, an insecurity, tell yourself, I love you as you are. Like, just say that every single time you look in a mirror. The more and more you do that, the more you're gonna start to wholeheartedly believe it. When you love yourself, everything that you do becomes a reflection of that. You do everything out of love. You know, like my tattoo that I have here, be love, like, that is everything to me, because if I am embodying love, embodying that feeling, and doing every action out of love, I know that I am being the best version of myself. I can give so much more to this world if I am confident with myself, if I am happy with myself, if I accept myself as I am. You just see everyone else as a reflection of you, and you can't help but feel love for them. All in all, we just have to remember that we are whole human beings on our own, and we are a creation of the Creator. And how could we not be so freaking incredible? Like, how could we not be worthy of everything good, everything that we desire in our life? How could we not be worthy of that if we are an extension of Source? If you ever are feeling down, just go outside and look at nature. Look at how the trees and the birds and the flowers just effortlessly exist. They're not criticizing themselves or each other, like, they just exist, and they each embody their own beauty, and they emanate such pure energy. We are created by the same Source that created every tree, every flower. How could we not just be in love with that, in love with ourselves? That's basically all I have to share with you today. I hope this video was helpful in some way, or it resonated with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I love you all so much, and don't forget to be here, be still, and be love. Bye guys.